Hello and welcome to this week's channeled reading for the week February 17th to February 23rd, 2025. I'm Maureen Frank, the Mandala Lady. Now let's get started. I'm calling in our teams of guides and angels with the intention of receiving whatever insight and guidance is our best interest to receive as it relates to how best to focus our energies this week for February 17th through February 23rd, 2025. Okay, we're starting with a tree that a smallish tree that's kind of puffy at the top, so it feels like it's either spring or summer. The leaves are in full bloom. And then there's two limbs going out, so you can almost imagine that it's like the image I have is like holding up its hair, or it reminds me of a Peanuts cartoon character. I think it was Charlie Brown's sister, and she always did this, her beautiful hair. Okay, so we're starting with that tree. Where do we go from here? Oh, and on this tree are a couple of squirrels running around. They look like they're playing tag, running up and down the tree, all the way around, up and in. The tree, the tree doesn't seem to mind, but it does say it tickles a couple of times. So overall, the scene is just very cute. I just have the sense of very cute. Okay, what happens next? So I'm getting a broader image of the landscape. So I see that the tree is in the front yard of somebody's home. There's a sidewalk, a street, but mainly the sidewalk, and there's a pathway leading up from the sidewalk to the house. And as I look at the house, it looks like it's a one-story house. Front door is in the middle, and to the right of the front door is a big picture window that gives the impression that it might be the living room. And there's a light on in the living room. So I have the sense that it's kind of later in the day, maybe pre-twilight, because it doesn't feel like it's dark out, but it just feels like, what maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock looks like now here in Oregon. But there's a light on the living room. Yeah, no curtains, so I can just make out that there's a light. It doesn't appear that there's anybody in the house. There is smoke coming out of the chimney, which is on the living room side. It just has this cozy feeling all around in this neighborhood, because it feels like there might be other houses on either side. Yes, so where do we go from here? What happens next? The squirrels have now run up to the top of the house, running along the roof back and forth. Oh, there's a much bigger tree to the left side of the house, a tree that would have leaves. There's a name for the trees that lose their leaves and come back. It's not an evergreen, but it's some other tree. And they're, is this about the squirrels? Okay, no, not about the squirrels. Okay, it's about what the squirrels are doing. Okay, so it's not about the squirrels per se, about what the squirrels are doing. And so they were running along the roof, and then they jumped over to the tree, went up into the bigger tree. They've come down around the bottom. It definitely has this sense of play, and that they're covering a lot of territory. Okay, so what happens next? Now the squirrels are sitting at the base of that bigger tree, eating a nut, I guess, acorn. whatever. Actually, I'm only seeing one doing that. Where's the other one? The other one is hiding behind the tree as if it's playing hide and seek. Okay. What happens next? Uh, is that it? Okay, that's it. Okay. Is there any more to the story? No, that's it. All right. So, okay, that's interesting. Let me see what, um, okay, you're gonna have to help me, uh, discern what the message is here. Oh, it, okay, there is that. Oh yeah, I just came back from my walk a little bit ago. And while I was on my walk, I was thinking about duality and polarity and how our existence here on this planet involves a lot of polarity: up, down, left, right, black, white, live, alive, dead, night, day. And so I was just kind of processing all of that. And then I was starting to think, well, what what in our existence doesn't have opposite? And then I thought, oh, I should reach out to Neil deGrasse Tyson to see if maybe he can um, give me an answer to that. Or then I thought, well, I don't want to bother him with that. It might seem trivial, but I thought, oh, I could go to Chat GPT and see their classification of things on this planet, on our life existence here, that are categorized as things that have opposites, that there's duality and polarity. I say all of that because that overall scene, the little tree, the house, the path, the sidewalk, the big tree, they and even the smoke, because it was coming out of the chimney, was very there was a stillness about it. So there's all this stillness, and then you have these squirrels running around, up and down the tree, across the roof, and down, up and down the other tree, and then taking a moment to chew food, and then the other one playing hide and go seek. So there is this. Is that what we're focusing on? Okay, yes. Just for those who are new to watching me, I use my body as a pendulum, and back and forth is yes, and to the side is no. So I'm asking, is that about the message about stillness versus activity, which is one I hadn't put into my list, because on my walk I was thinking of all the different polarity things, and I hadn't come up with. I'd come up with chaos and stillness, but I hadn't come up with play and stillness, or activity and stillness. And but this, yeah, and it's about finding balance between the two. I mean, even the squirrels stopped for a moment. I imagine they would go scampering off someplace else if the story continued. So, well, that's one way to get across this idea of stillness and activity, and having a healthy balance. Um, and that's where it might, okay, what comes to mind to help with that is if you've got a watch where you can set the like a timer to go off every hour or so. You could set it so that every time it goes off, you remember to just stop for a moment and be still, and take a couple of deep breaths, and and consciously choose what you're going to do next, whether you're going to continue in the activity you were just doing before you stop, or is that a great uh, break, so that you could know that, whoa, I was just in automatic pilot. That happens to me when I get on social media. I'm getting better at it, but social media, especially Instagram, the scrolling, the scrolling, the scrolling. And so when my watch goes off, it's like, oh, yeah, all right, stop. um, yeah, yeah. It's like in order for this planet to work and to be more functioning uh, in a better place, that there's this yin yang, got to have this healthy balance between activity and stillness, activity and stillness. Even if you have a hectic job, you're allowed hopefully to take bathroom breaks, so you can take advantage of that time to just stop for a minute, regroup, especially if it was frenzied for a moment, that you can pull back the reins a little bit and eat your acorn, so to speak. Anything else to add to that? Yeah. Oh, you do want me to pull a card? Okay, I hadn't pulled the cards out. Hold on. Is it one of these decks? Nope. Okay. Is it one of these decks? No. Okay, we're going with this. Of course, it's the last one. All right. Earth deck. Okay, that seems appropriate. All right, you want me to shuffle? Okay. All right, let me shuffle the deck. Oop, is it that card? No. Okay, one card, try to get out. I always check to make sure that if it's part of the reading or not. Most of the time, it's just the cards are bigger than my hand, so I don't always, it's challenging for me to shuffle the cards without any of them falling out. One more shuffle. Okay. Take the top card. Shit. Break the deck. Okay, that one. Okay, let me get my glasses. All right, what can you add to this? Traverse. Okay. Traverse. Okay. Kind of like the squirrels running up and down, and let me see, number 37, 37. That's not the right one. Oh, 31, read. And I have my glasses on. I swear to you, I don't plan these things, so it's random. You saw me shuffling. How do you want to traverse your day today? How do you want to traverse your day today? See, I don't make these things up. So this week, okay, so this really helped summarize the message for this week. This week is make a conscious effort to determine how you want to traverse your day today. Do you want to traverse it in stillness, activity, chaos, joy, peace? Guess what? It's one of the few things we still have control over to some degree, because those are all things that we have control over. We can choose to react or respond to something in peace and joy and anger and whatever. But it's that taking that moment to stop and assess, do I want to go down this path? Do I want to go traverse this way, whatever. So 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 it seems like that would be a good question to ask first thing in the morning, or whenever you wake up, in case you're a night shift person. How you want to spend your waking hours. Let's put it that way. How do you want to spend your waking hours? How do you want to traverse it? Do you want to, in stillness and activity and chaos and joy, peace, all of the above, none of the above? It's your choice. And there's something about making a conscious choice versus operating on automatic pilot. I mean, okay. So it's just a practice. And if you have to, set the timer on your watch to go off every hour or so to trigger. Okay. Anything else? Nope. All right. That's it. Okay. Sorry, I heard a noise behind me. Okay. So, we're good. So until next time, do take care. Bye-bye.